Hello and welcome to Azur Meta. If after this video you want to help support the channel, please check out my affiliate store at kit.co/AzurLaneMeta. Welcome back, guys. Today we have a lot of updates regarding Operation Siren. It is December 2020, and this is the time that we were expected to get the update for Operation Siren, and we have a bombshell of an update coming in from the beta server today. 2 days ago on Twitter, I notified you guys that there was a problem when they were trying to make some updates to the Japanese servers. This was when they were trying to load some back-end stuff of new content. We are assuming that is Operation Siren, given that the expected time for Operation Siren to drop was after the DOA event, but they did not specifically come out and say it. Anyway, they did say that due to the problems, they would be delaying features. Once again, we're assuming this is Operation Siren, although they did not specifically state it. And that update emergency maintenance took 18 hours to fix and resulted in the Japanese servers getting 100 Apollo gems. So we'll see what the delay is, but today came out a new patch notes for the beta server. So 2 days ago, they had a big issue with the server when they were trying to load it up to Japan. And then today they came out with new patch notes for what they fixed and changed on the Chinese beta server. So this is important because if you guys watched any of my other videos talking about Operation Siren, some of the things that I talked about there have been changed. This is why at the beginning of all those videos I said subject to change before actual release. So there's a couple things that we want to go through. So here is the patch notes. 1.1 is that we get some new stories for Operation Siren. One of the things is the maze, the map, little thing that looks like Pokemon, is going to be removed, at least from the main story. It will be available as a side mission instead of being mandatory through the main mission, is basically how I'm reading 1.1 and 1.2 here. And 1.3, we see small adjustments to the bosses. They're pretty vague about it, so we don't get to see exactly what they mean there, but they did make some changes to the bosses on what we showed in that previous video. On top of that, 1.4, meta characters are now available. Meta characters are the alter characters. The community frequently calls them Alter Price, Alter Hiryuu, Alter Arc Royal. The official name that I think they got translated to is Ash or Ashen, but here we see that they're called meta characters. You know, shout out to me, right? No, I'm kidding. But they, the meta characters are going to be obtainable, and we learn a little bit about how they are obtained. You get them through research in a lab. You get basically this percentage that starts when you find a signal in Operation Siren, and you level it up here. You can kind of see the progression. When you get to 100%, you get the new ship. All the way to the right there, you got this little like microchip thing. Those are kind of like enhanced gears for the meta ships. This is going to be confusing calling them meta ships. I'm going to call them Ash ships because I think that's what they'll be translated to when they get here. But they are kind of here. You'll see they're called meta. It's called Meta Hiryuu. Hiryuu is literally already meta. Does she need more meta? Anyway, so we're moving on to 1.6. You can now bring Meowfacers into Operation Siren. That wasn't possible before, but some of the skills have been reworked because the skills would only work in the main story and they needed to change them so that they would apply and work properly in Operation Siren. So we might see some Meowfacers change. 1.7, we've confirmed that skills like Perseus and Tosa, those cross-fleet skills, are going to be working properly. Casablanca. And that is interesting because there was kind of a little bit of a problem because now we have 4 fleets instead of 2 fleets, but they apparently fixed that and that we will get those skills to work as properly. 1.8 says some of the ship skills are going to be changed for Operation Siren only. So certain skills in how they operate only work in the main story and in PvP, and so they are going to be changed. So like certain skills work differently in exercises than they do in the main story. So these same type of skills, there's going to be skills that work differently in Operation Siren than they do in the rest of the game. They didn't tell us which ships those are going to be, but just look out that we're going to have some skills that are going to be updated and modified when we do get this all dropping. In 2.0, we get 2 new campaigns for the guild system. So the guild system, we have a lot of new guild content coming out. I was kind of debating whether to make a guild guide video, but I was going to wait for everything to drop so we finally get what the end content is. And I'm kind of happy after seeing this. We get 2 new campaigns that are going to be coming in here. Guild content looks amazing. I'm super excited for it. It's probably the most exciting thing for me personally in the Operation Siren updates. In 3.0, this is a lot of little bullet points that are talking about airspace control. As you guys know from previous videos, airspace control values are not a thing in Operation Siren. That's one of the reasons why my meta video for creating Hiryuu meta and Operation Siren meta fleet building doesn't really have any carriers in it, partly because Shinano wasn't out then, and also partly because ACV did not matter. However, today they introduced a new mechanic that will benefit carriers a lot and hopefully encourage you to bring carriers. So maybe there will be a little bit more meta carriers here in Operation Siren. One of the things it's doing is hidden status. So your carriers will be hidden at the beginning of the battle and they'll be revealed as the enemy planes come in and basically cross your vanguard and get to the backline. So if they get to the backline, they'll reveal your carrier. Your carrier, while it's hidden, will have an increased damage that it can deal, and also will have an increased chance of having like evading attacks and not being targeted by the enemy ships. So when you get revealed, then it will be like a standard carrier. This is actually awesome because one of the reasons why in history carriers were so powerful is because of their increased range, but in Azur lane they're always in the range of the battleships, so battleships are just more powerful. And so that's kind of one of the disconnects between real life and the game, is carriers always are in range of battleships in the game, so they're going to be weaker, as in real life they are never get in the range of battleships if they're smart. And so this is kind of interesting because this acts as if they're hiding out of range now. I really like this. We have to see how it works exactly. It looks like you'll actually need to be shooting down your opponent's planes or the enemy's planes so they don't get to the backline and reveal your carriers. And if there's a certain amount of time between when one plane gets to your backline and another one, you'll be re-hidden, so the enemy will have to continue to keep finding your carrier by sending planes out to it. This is I think super awesome. It also looks like the suicide boats will also trigger the carrier to be revealed. So basically, if you just have to stop any opponents from getting to your backline and it will remain hidden, which is really interesting. So they're like opponents' salvos won't be able to target your hidden carrier, and really neat. I'm actually really appreciate this new mechanic. And then here on section 4 we get new gears. We have updated gears to the USSS, the KMS and the IJN gears, and they changed some of the filters just because we're getting all this new updates here. Some of the new gears are cool. We get a gold Helldiver, so that should be unique. And yeah, I'll just let you kind of take a look at that. We have the new research tab, looks different. I guess this is not totally new, but we do know we're going up to plus 13 equips. But now I'm looking at the 457 here, and we're looking at the amount of prints that you need to go from plus 10 to plus 11. That is 105 gold prints. Good luck grinding, guys. I don't even want to know what plus 12 to plus 13 looks like print wise. This is going to be a long grind. That 1% you see there is 1% extra damage in Operation Siren. So it looks like guns that get upgraded beyond plus 10 are going to get bonus damage in Operation Siren specifically. And then obviously that lower number is just the gun efficiency. So it's just, improving the gun efficiencies instead of just the main damage base. So that's kind of interesting that the improvements are actually different than just improving the base damage. And that's really all I'm seeing here. I guess we had this new mystery character. I don't know who this is. Let me know down in the comments if you know who this is. We got a little bit of a sneak peek of who this is. And I don't know who it is. It looks like a siren of some sort, but yep, I'm really excited for this. I don't know if we're going to get it maybe the end of December. Maybe this will be a Christmas present. They already gave me a Thanksgiving present with all the new PvP equips, but we'll see if this is a Christmas present or if it's going to be early 2021. I hope they do it right. If they have to delay it a month to make sure that it's working properly and they do it right, that's fine by me. I'm still super hyped for this, and I hope a lot of people will come back and enjoy this new content when it does drop. Thank you guys for watching. Take care until next time. And if you want to get new updates on when this stuff is going to be coming out, follow me on my Twitter and I'll tweet that out as soon as I know.